Good evening. Call to order for the Board of Education, District 208, January 14th.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Oh, was it cold?
Here.
Here. Here.
Here. Here.
Here. And do we have, we do have a couple of FOIA requests, I believe. Dr. Spinkis?
No FOIA requests
Oh.
for this meeting. We just
Okay.
received them. Correct,
Okay.
Marianne, no FOIAs?
Okay, great. Visitor statements, seeing none this evening for now. Any additional discussion items from a member of the board for later on? And consent agenda. I don't think there were any questions.
The Board of Education, Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois, takes the following action on the listed consent agenda items. Approves minutes from the meetings held on December 10th, 2024, open and closed sessions, as presented in the January 14th, 2025 Board Agenda Packet.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Seeing no objections, motion carries. Old business, we do have a Press Plus policy issue. Thank you for meeting on that.
The Press Plus Group Advisory Council met last week. There are 3 policies that we had minor changes to. I'm looking at those right now. Give me 1 second.
And just for the record, I would say we didn't have anything new regarding life safety items, capital improvements, or sustainability, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So it's Press Plus.
2:124:150 and 6:135. 2:120 in the policy packet. The only changes, we took out a header. We felt that was unnecessary. And then in 4:150, this is probably the biggest amendment, which is not a big amendment. It used to be that the board would pre-approve any facility changes over $12,500. Maintenance that it needs in regards to renovations and permanent alterations. But now that the bidding threshold has been changed to $35,000, they added the number to $17,500. And what I recommended to the advisory council, and they agreed, is the board will be advised for all renovations of permanent alterations to buildings or grounds when the total cost exceeds $17,500. We report out at each meeting, whether it's committee of the whole, and if there's not a committee of the whole, it's on the regular agenda of any, and Kristen also includes in her report. So we do a pretty good job of keeping the board updated. And then anything that gets near 35 will need to be out to bid, and only the board could approve the bid. So we thought, instead of having the board approve it, that as long as the board's advised of the renovation or the alteration, that would suffice. And the advisory council was in line with that. And then in 6:135, and that's just a policy that talked about our advanced placement program, which for us is an accelerated program placement. That's where I think that really aligns more with middle school and elementary, like at gifted programs where students are being able to advance. We already have a policy that talks about taking a proficiency test and to skip steps at the high school level. We already have a course recommendation process where kids are referred to take the highest level course from the teacher recommendation, but parents are involved in that process and are to sign off on that process. So we did leave off the one step 5, which was an optional inclusion in the policy, and so we chose not to adopt that because we already have a point in a different policy where the principal can waive a student from a graduation required or required class. And those are the 3 main additions. Everything else we're recommending to adopt as recommended by the association.
And there were no questions from the board, correct?
No questions were
Okay.
submitted.
Anything this evening? Questions for these?
The only thing that I saw in it was in a different group with the complaint manager. It specifies the role but not the name, and my only thought is that it it's probably not in the policy manual, but is it well-known among at the high school?
Mary Ann resubmitted the policies that we approved in October, so that we're now going to put the person's last name
Okay.
on for the complaint manager and the Title IX coordinator in those
And
areas.
as far as it being in the policy manual, I don't think it's that big of an issue. Just that person being designated.
Just
so
for
that they
notice
are-
purposes,
Right.
right.
For people
It's now
who are seeing
required,
so-
it has to be in the policy manual, so we're made the adjustment and sent it.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Good catch. Anyone else? Okay. Are we okay approving these this evening?
Yes. The Board of Education Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois approves Press Plus Policy Issue 117 as presented in the January 14, 2025 Board Agenda Packet.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any objections? Motion carries. Final item is the Vision 2030 Call to Action School Board Resolution of Support.
Again, this is a formality. We discussed this at the December meeting. So the Illinois Association of School Administrators, Illinois Association of School Business Officials, Illinois Association of School Boards, Illinois Principals Association, they're coming together to put together the Vision 2030 project. It was very similar to the Vision 2020, which eventually got us the EBF funding model, which has helped out Riverside Brookfield High School. It's a new statewide public school funding model. Again, this is just like their action plan of what those associations are working on and coming together to work on. And I would recommend that we approve it. It focuses on school safety, unfunded mandates, continuing to fund the EBF formula, working on Tier 2 pensions, also working on teacher recruitment and retainment. So all things that could eventually affect us somewhere down the road. So I think by us showing our support, it shows that we support the organizations that most of our school board members as well as administrators are members of.
Do we have any reason to, are the feeder districts all supporting it, I'm going to assume?
I have not reached out to them to
I
confirm that. I
meant
know
to
most of the
ask
high
you that,
schools are.
but yeah. I mean, it's fairly innocuous. It's a kind of a restatement of existing policies from IASB and other organizations. Any questions or comments?
No.
None. The Board of Education Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois supports Vision 2030 to set a vision for the next decade to prioritize future-focused learning with shared accountability and predictable funding as presented in the January 14, 2025 Board Agenda Packet.
Second. We have a second from Ms. Locke, and that's all in favor?
Aye.
Any objections? That carries as well. Under new business, we do have payment of bills. I don't think there are any questions here.
No questions were submitted.
Okay, moving forward with these this evening.
The Board of Education Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois approves the payment of bills as presented in the January 14, 2025 Board Agenda Packet.
Second.
Second from Mr. Van Horst, and we do need a roll call for that, please.
Mr. Durkin?
Yes.
Ms. Gasko?
Yes.
Ms. Ruska? Ms. Slack?
Yes.
Mr. Novak?
Yes.
Mr. Dunbar?
Yes.
Ms. Salis?
Yes. Historic property resolution.
This again is a formality. We approve this each and every year. More or less, it just says that we are waiving our to not be considered as part of the historic property resolution, so we can still collect property taxes on those homes that are considered historic properties in Riverside.
Any questions or comments from anyone? No.
The Board of Education Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois approves a historic property resolution that certain assessment relief provided by the Illinois Property Tax Code for historic buildings not apply to taxes that are levied by the Board of Education School District 208 as presented in the January 14, 2025 Board Agenda Packet.
A second.
Second for Mr. Novak, and I think we need a roll call on that, please.
Mr. Novak?
Yes.
Mr. Van Horst?
Yes.
Mr. Durkin?
Yes.
Ms. Gasko?
Yes.
Ms. Ruska?
Yes.
Ms. Slack?
Yes.
And Ms. Salis?
Yes. Finally, we have the board member and employee expense policy. That's an annual review.
Correct. Annual review that just states like what our reimbursement rates are, both for the Board of Education and employee expenses when traveling or attending conferences, with the maximum threshold.
Any questions or comments from anyone? No. Okay.
The Board of Education, Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois, approves the attached resolution to be in compliance with Board Policies 2:125, Board Member Compensation Expenses, and 5:60 Expenses, as presented in the January 14, 2025 Board Agenda Packet.
Second.
Second from Ms. Locke, and we do need a roll call.
Mr. Van Horn.
Yes.
Mr. Durkin.
Yes.
Ms. Gasko.
Yes.
Ms. Ruska.
Yes.
Ms. Slack.
Yes.
Mr. Novak.
Yes.
And Ms. Salis.
Yes. Seeing no additional visitor statements for this evening, discussion items, there were none requested. Does anyone have any consideration of items for future meetings from the board? No. Seeing none, matters for closed session. We have appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body. We have student discipline, individual student matters, purchase, sale, or lease of real property, probable imminent or pending litigation, collective negotiations, and school safety.
The Board of Education, Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois, enters closed session for the purpose of considering the closed session matters as presented in the January 14, 2025 Board Agenda Packet.
Second.
Second from Mr. Durkin, and we need a roll call, please.
Mr. Durkin.
Yes.
Ms. Gasko.
Yes.
Ms. Ruska.
Yes.
Ms. Slack.
Yes.
Mr. Novak.
Yes.
Mr. Van Horn.
Yes.
And Ms. Salis.
Yes. Okay. In record time, moving into closed session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.